intended to bring Peter out for public trial after the Passover.
After the Passover. So the translators that did this translation, they knew that Easter was not the correct interpretation, because what was in the original manuscript? The Greek word was Pascha, which is the Greek equivalent to the Hebrew word Pesach. Where the hell they get Easter from? Well, we already know about the Council of Nicaea and all that other stuff. They changed, they tweaked that shit.
That's Jake.
They had to try to fit in.
Yeah.
Pagan, you know the history. They tried to fit in those pagan customs into the Hebrew church to come into the Roman Catholicism
to
make more money.
to join the people.
Yep, to connect those that were into the pagan lifestyle with those who were of the biblical lifestyle.
That's where you get Catholicism, universal. You want me to read more? It's the NIV. The NIV version. After arresting him, he put him in prison, handing him over to be guarded by 4 squads of 4 soldiers each. Herod intended to bring him out for public trial after the Passover.
So the other translations agree that it's talking about the Passover. It has nothing to do with Easter. See?
And the difference is to the original way it's written, because sometimes the way it's written and the sentences are formed make more sense because it gives you a greater context. When things in the King James. Because somebody tried to argue me. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember who it was, about the King James is not the best version of the Bible. I said I didn't say it was the best version. I said it's the most accurate version. It's the closest to the Hebrew and the Greek, keeping the context, not just sentence for sentence, but the overall message remains the same. Though it still has its flaws, like they all do. They all have flaws. It's just the closest.
That's plain.
Looked up Easter in the concordance, Pascha. All right, the Paschal sacrifice to be offered for the people's deliverance from Egypt. The Paschal lamb, the lamb of the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, in memory of the day of which their fathers preparing to depart from Egypt.
Leviticus 23, even in Exodus 12.
And it's common sense too, man. Because we know, like the traditional pagan celebration of Easter, it's a worship of a fertility goddess. So that's what the bunny and the eggs and all that shit is about. You don't read no account about that nowhere in the scriptures. So that lets you know in itself that the Bible doesn't support that day. All right, but the Catholic Church showing you that that's the false prophet. They condone it because Catholicism has nothing to do with the Most High in the Bible and the scriptures. That's a satanic entity, man. All right, that was it.
And that Nisan, I think Esau slipped that in. It's supposed to be a bid. The month of the bid. Yep. I got more on here. Preparing to depart from Egypt, were bidding by the Most High to slay and eat a lamb and to sprinkle their doorposts with his blood, that the destroying angels, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. Yahushua crucified is likened to the slain Paschal lamb. Passover lamb.
Yeah.
After his sacrifice, we didn't have a need for sacrificing anymore.
Yeah. We kind of starting to go into but that's the point. That's the point, and that's why they have to add that in there. It has nothing to do with the world today calls Easter. That's pagan. It's wicked.
That's right.
Okay. That's why it's necessary to go into the translation and study, man. And you brought up the example of thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. Somebody go to that one real quick. Deuteronomy 23 and 7. A lot of Christians like to go to that, but they silly as hell when they try to use that.
But they'll say they're done away with it. Right?
Bro.
It's confusion.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 23 and verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land.
But then the Lord said he hated Esau, but we're not supposed to hate him. Yeah, in Malachi. That wouldn't that be so? A lot of naysayers, a lot of people that like to they like to debunk the Bible. They like to say that there's contradictions. To you Christians, they would be able to get you on this. They'd be like, hold on, so your law says thou shalt abhor an Edomite, but your God said he hates Esau. So they would be like, that's a contradiction. But see, because they don't go as far and deep into the research as we do. We know that this is not a contradiction. Why? Because that's not what that's saying. Okay? If you actually go into it, the word the word that's supposed to be there is aram. But the error of the mistranslation, because when you look at the characters of Ra and Da, they're very similar. They're very similar in character. In the Assyrian form. Okay? So that's the reason why they put that in the translation. But it's actually supposed to be Aram, which means what? Assyrian. So hey, so I don't know if somebody looked it up, but read it again.
Read it in how it's supposed to be read?
Yeah.
Thou shalt not abhor an Assyrian.
No. Read it in
For thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land.
All right, now look up in a blue letter. Look up Edom.
Edom?
Yeah.
Okay. Not in this scripture, right?
And Deuteronomy 23:7. Yeah.
Edomite? Or,
Yeah. Look up Edomite.
Adawam in the Hebrew. Yeah, it said Edomites. Then it say Syria right next to it.
It says Syrian.
Yeah,
There's a
Syrian.
reason why Syrian is in the marker right there.
Yeah, they took it out. It's supposed,
H130.
yeah, it's supposed to be clerical error, and they took that out.
Okay.
I remember years ago it said clerical error
Yeah.
Syrian, you know, but they took it out, you know. So
What does it say in the full entry in the Chaldean lexicon? Is it?
the interlinear Edom, son of Isaac, elder twin brother, descendants of Edom. Nation of Edomites are Idumeans. Nation called fully daughter of Edom.
All right, down here it says 2 Kings 16:6. Incorrect reading for Adawamium, which stands in Qarya. So let me go there real quick. Let's go to 2 Kings 16:6. That's why you got to be studious, man. You got to look into it. 2 Kings 16:6. And it says, at that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria and drave the Jews from Elath, and the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day, right? And that's now when you go here, the word there is H758 for Syria, and the word is Aram. Yep. And then when you read this, it says Aram, Arameans. Aram or Syria, the nation. Let me see. You notice how they be taking stuff out, right?
Yeah.
Because it did used to have that. It said a clerical error. But matter of fact, no, because this is how you prove the point. See, when it said Syria, the word is Aram in the same verse. But then when you go down, when it says the king of Assyria recovered Elath to Syria, the word is Aram, and it says, and drave the Jews from Elath, and the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. Now, it actually has both words right here. You got H758, and you also got H130. The one at the top is Aram. H130 is Adamya, all right, which really is Adawam. So you see that they got it mixed up because of that one character. But obviously, the Syrians is Aram or Aram. All right, and guess what? To further prove it, when you go into the history between us and the Aramaeans, that's how we actually got our start. Who you think? What nation was Rebecca and her brother Laban? They were Aramaeans. They were Syrians.
I went to our old GMS videos of the Deuteronomy 27. Deuteronomy 32 and 7, and it's still there. So yeah, I got basically a screenshot of it, of what it says. So if brothers want to see it.
Hold it on the camera.
Come on, slide. Tap it. Right there. It says a clerical error right there.
Clerical error.
They took it out the blue letter.
Yeah, but it's still on our video, so
Yeah.
you can still go to it. You know? Come on. It says a clerical error right there for the word Edom. And then it says our Wam right there.
Yep.
So come.
So we know that word is not supposed to be Edomite. You know, the word is supposed to be Aram or Syrian, because we had a relationship with them at one point in time.
Yeah. Your business with.
All right, Jacob in particular, you know, he had a relationship with Laban, which was basically his brother-in-law. Slakia, no, not because that was Rebecca's brother. No, father. Slakia. So that was basically like his uncle. That Slakia, that was his uncle.
That was Jacob's uncle?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me see if I can find it right quick.
Because Laban had Leah and Rachel.
Yeah, his daughters.
I got it. Genesis 24.
Genesis 24.
Genesis 24 and 29. And Rebekah had a brother. His name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well.
24th chapter. In the 27th chapter, it goes into how Rebecca told Jacob to leave till your brother Esau's anger was kindled, until it was, had quenched or whatever.
So he said, go to Laban, which was in Haran.
So that was his uncle.
Go to your uncle.
Yeah, right here. 43, it says, now therefore, this Genesis 27 and 43, now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran. And so that's where he went, and that's when he saw Rachel, and that whole 12 tribes and Leah situation began to take place. Right? So they were the foremothers. Their line was linked in through the mother, to Rebecca.
That's it. Now, if somebody can, go to Genesis, not 25, 29. Yeah. Genesis 29 and start at like 10.
This is on book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 9. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she